Right, and science doesn't have a monopoly on all the facts.
Thank you. We move to this question.
Thank you.
I have a question to scientists who believe in God. You make a claim that God created universe. You make that assertion. Then what is to follow is who created God?
Okay, one of our others said, you know, to ask that question about God fails to recognize that God is not being offered as a scientific explanation of science. So God is a concept which is different from that, and we assert that God, when we assert that God created the universe, we're talking about a concept and an entity and a personality which is something other than what we would think of when we're talking about science and scientific laws and so forth.
Let me keep going.
You still didn't answer the question, who created God?
I'll answer that question.
Is God created
I'll answer
another
it.
God?
I'll answer the question by showing the incoherence of the question. I'll show you why. An explanation is not rendered invalid by calling the explanation itself into question. If we went to another planet, a remote planet, and we saw hieroglyphics, skyscrapers, moving vehicles, and so on, we would conclude that some form of intelligent life, let's call them aliens, inhabited that planet. Now, would it be a refutation of this explanation to say, well, where'd the aliens come from? Who created the aliens? We may not know, but the fact of the matter is it's a reasonable inference from what we have seen to infer that kind of an explanation. And that's all we're saying.
Thank you. On this side, please.
You still do not...
Okay, I'm sorry, sir. Everyone's got the one question, but we'll follow up afterwards during the book signing. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's not going to be long. Directed to Dr. D'Souza. Made the statement that the burden of proof rested with the science side to prove that God doesn't exist. But it's a logical impossibility to prove a negative. It seems to me that the burden of proof is on you to state that to prove there is a God, and if not, it's no different than any other fantastical claim. You don't pay any attention to it unless there's evidence of some kind.
We are here to debate the resolution, has science refuted religion? Now, either the term religion can refer to a sociological description of all the religious practices in the world, in which case the other side hasn't even come close to refuting all those. The central claim of religion is there's a God. If it is impossible to refute, then unfortunately our opponents have taken on an unfortunate burden, an impossible burden, and they lose.
Putting the burden on the wrong side. You're making this positive assertion. They're not.
Yeah. So no, so the debate question was badly formulated. Next time it should be different.